Okay, so Monday Night Raw is all over. And I'm a lot more pleased than I was about this time last night. We had the 6-woman tag team match. Am I the only one who noticed that Sasha and Alicia seriously got into it? I understand it's a match, but that was extremely convincing between the two of them. And then Alexa tonight gets the heel finish. She rakes the eyes, hits the DDT again, wins the match. Other thoughts? Bray Wyatt has terrible timing. Although I don't think Kurt Angle really had an answer for what's going to happen with Braun and Roman. We know it's not over. I don't think they want to let us know yet how they're going to end it. So, as a fan watching, Bray Wyatt has terrible fucking timing. As someone who realizes that they probably already have the answer, but they're holding out for dramatic reasons, it was a genius way to go about doing that. As far as Bray Wyatt goes, does he have issues with Finn Balor, or was this purely a shot at Kurt Angle trying to tell Bray Wyatt that he couldn't have things his way? I guess we'll find that out later. Right now, it just seems like a convenient way to get us Dean Ambrose versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Which I'm okay with. It's going to be a great match. The triple threat match was awesome. I was a little bit surprised that Miz kicked out of the Superplex Falcon Arrow combo, but he's The Miz, so I'm only a little surprised because it was an excellent fucking combination. Other thoughts? Next week, there's a tag team turmoil match to determine the number one contenders for the Hardys titles. I'll be very surprised if Sheamus and Cesaro don't win that, because why would you start a feud and then have the Hardys fight somebody else? It gives Sheamus and Cesaro a chance to attack the Hardys, maybe cost them the titles. That's a possibility, but I don't know. We'll see. I've been a fan of Golden Truth since before they were Golden Truth. Goldust is literally at his best. Better than I've ever seen him wrestle. R-Truth has always been a guy that I wanted to see succeed, but I think behind the scenes, he's the kind of guy who's just happy being there, performing, making the fans happy. Being a jobber isn't a big problem for him because he's getting to wrestle, and some people are just meant to lose, but to entertain us. And I think he's okay with that, but I'd like to see him receive something more for paying his dues for so long. So seeing them actually get a shot at the titles, even if it is Sheamus and Cesaro who cost the Hardys the titles, I'd still like to see Golden Truth get them. I almost changed the station. I almost turned wrestling off, watched something else. I knew it was going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. But when Enzo came out and had a match, even though it wasn't a tag team match, it was still Enzo against a member of the club. And I went, honestly, I didn't pay attention. I'm pretty sure he was fighting Gallows, but I didn't watch the match. I'm sick of watching Enzo and Cass fight the club. Whether it's singles competition, whether it's tag team competition, I don't want to see it anymore, and I didn't pay attention. I know it happened. I know my interest for wrestling at that point went away, and I played games on my phone until whatever came after that started. It was great when it started. And I'm sick of it. Because neither team has come out with a definitive victory that has given them a push to the next level. And I said this in the video last night. With the Hardys back, and hopefully them, with the Revival returning after the injury, the tag team division is going to another level. And either Enzo and Cass, or hopefully the club, I'm hoping it's the club, put them in a match that definitively ends this war that the two are having. I don't care if it's a tables match, ladder match, tag team steel cage. I don't care. Put them in something where one team dominates and finishes this. Please, for the love of whatever gods you believe in, just stop making me watch them fight. Just one more. And that's only to end things. And if you give it a stipulation like a table match, a ladder match, a tag team steel cage, I don't care. A tag team Hell in a Cell, I don't care. Give them something to finish it and be done. Because I'm not lying, I really did play on my phone. Watching them fight holds no more interest for me. If you had a stipulation where one team is definitively going to dominate and end this feud, I'll watch that match because special stipulations are always interesting. Otherwise, I'm going to get a lot more time in on my Dragon Soul game. Because the more you play them, the less I will watch. But, back to the end of the triple threat, Joe was predictable. Joe was understandable. Bray Wyatt, predictable, but I can't figure out the reasoning behind it. If it's a shot at Kurt Angle, probably would have done better to make more of a statement, to interfere in a match that wasn't already ruined by interference. Stopping Finn from having the Intercontinental title shot is a statement, but not as big of one as could have been made in another way. So, if it's something personal that Bray Wyatt has against Finn Balor, I'm hoping so. Watching those two fight will I'll lose my shit. Especially if we get a pay-per-view match with Bray Wyatt and the Demon King. I will fangirl all night long. My video will be nothing but... I don't care if every other match in that is crap and ruined by whatever. Interference. I don't care if the ring falls apart and the only match we get is the Demon King versus Bray Wyatt. If they break the ring and nobody else can compete for the 2.5 hours of the rest of that pay-per-view, I'm okay with that. My video at the end of the night will still be a raving review watching those two go at it. So I'm personally hoping that it's some issue that Wyatt has with Finn. We'll see. I don't know. I'm expecting Jericho to open up SmackDown tomorrow as the new arrival. It's the most likely thing. I'd really like some answers as far as the WWE Universal title. Where is Brock? Why didn't Goldberg use his... Or did he use his rematch clause? And I don't remember. I really don't think he did. But I didn't expect him to. I figured after Brock beat him, Goldberg would disappear and he's gone. But Brock is gone too. And Dean Ambrose can make jokes about it because that's what the writers say to do. It still pisses me off as a fan that we have a champion who doesn't have to fucking be there. So we need answers on that fast. And the worst part is, with next month being a SmackDown pay-per-view, we're not likely to get any definitive answers for a couple of months. Brock is almost a guarantee not to show up at Monday Night Raw and defend the title. Sigh. But other than Brock Lesnar and not being sure why Bray Wyatt attacked Finn Balor, it was still a great night. Except for the Enzo and Cass, which I ignored. And I'm okay with ignoring that. It didn't ruin my night. The Bray Wyatt and the Brock Lesnar, those ruined my nights. Also being told that Braun Strowman has a torn rotator cuff and that Roman has internal injuries. I'm going to get a hold of somebody who follows their Twitter, see if there are any pictures up. Because nowadays, when there's an actual injury that isn't according to the storyline, it's posted regularly. So I'm assuming if those two are actually injured, it will be there. If the storyline says they are for whatever reason, then we'll see when they come back and where things go from there.
Sit down.
I think that's just about it. All of my thoughts from tonight's Raw, so I'll be back with another video after SmackDown tomorrow night. Let you guys know what I think of that. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how Randy reacts to both his title being stolen and being hit with his own title in the House of Horrors match. That could turn out to be extremely violent. I'm predicting security and referees will have to rush the ring and split them apart, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I'll be back with another video for tomorrow night after SmackDown. Bye, guys.